It may be chilly outside, but sunshine is on the way. I got my green thumb boyfriend here, Justin Rohner from Agriscaping Technologies. It's going to be a good day. We're talking about boo to the cold and welcoming in spring. Good morning, Justin.
Good morning. Good to see you.
It's so good to see you, too. So we're talking about getting ourselves ready, and there's 3 easy tips, especially if you don't have a green thumb and you've been thinking, this is my year, I'm going to do it, I'm going to step into that garden. These are the basic things you need to know to get that garden a little bit greener and just put you on the right track.
It's a time to start putting in the spring stuff.
Yes,
I mean, today we will
here.
declare the last day of winter.
Last day of winter. Come
Today.
on, winter. Yes. And these are some beautiful things, and these are just some basic things. And we're going to start by talking about the soil, because you can't do anything if you don't have the right type of soil.
That's right. There's nothing that you can do in the garden that is better than working the soil and getting that started first. So getting some good organic matter in that soil, getting some compost on the ground if you haven't gotten any in already, getting it worked in so it should be deep, well draining, and hold moisture like a sponge would. That's the best type of soil for your garden this spring. So getting it worked down to about 18 inches for all your garden stuff, 24 inches for all your bigger potted stuff, 36 inches if you're putting in some trees, but everything starts with the soil. Get some good organic matter in there.
And then it doesn't matter if you have a small space, a big space, or even if you have a patio and a porch, you can get this done, and it can show some fine results in the end.
Exactly. When you get the soil started right, then the health of the plant is going to be awesome. It's going to take a lot less to maintain.
It is, and we're talking 3 easy tips, and the next thing is talking about healthy starts, because you got to start off with the right type of plant.
That's right, and get the right plant for the right time and season. And you already see that some of these arugula have started to bloom, which means that we are warming up, generally speaking.
I know, and there's so many different variations to the colors and the type of things you can choose. So you have a lot of variety to choose from, which is great. So you're not limited. So you can take and do, pretty much the sky's the limit if you're just, starting out. You have options.
You've got a lot of options. So here's a good list right here of what to plant right now. We're actually kind of 2 weeks ahead of schedule when it comes to planting stuff in our weather right now. And you don't want to be picking plants that actually are blooming already. You want to get a start that actually isn't blooming. That means that this is a little too far gone. The roots are probably a little combined, a little bound inside, and so you want to find good starts that are just getting started. You like the little guys a little better.
Yeah,
you want the seedling. You want it to grow in your garden, not in the nursery, because if it's already grown out in the nursery, it's not going to do a lot of benefit for you. It's not going to grow much bigger.
Defeats the purpose.
That's right.
Is there any particular plant, especially for someone who's just now starting out for the first time, that they should maybe go with that's a little bit easier than something else?
Beans are pretty easy if you can. You start with your beans, your lettuce stuff right now. This is all early spring stuff, so you can get those in. Even potatoes, if you want to throw a couple of those potatoes that are starting to grow in your pantry, throw those in the ground and see if they're going to grow out for you, and they'll probably do some wonderful things, especially if you get the soil right. And the third step is all about routine. So avoid binge gardening.
Well, but some people get carried away, and they do. They binge and they buy a whole bunch of stuff, and it defeats the purpose, and you wind up spending too much money and wasting the goods.
That's right. Whatever your routine is, try to keep on repeating it. Do it every day. Make it just as easy as putting on your clothes in the morning, putting on your jacket. Make it a routine. Make it something you can do every single day. We got some great tips online at agriscaping.com. Check it out. There's a lot of great new classes too, where you can join online classes or live classes we have here in the Valley.
And you don't want to, mess up that green thumb. So get on board with Justin Rohner. He's here to help us out on this Green Thumb Thursday.